So for today's mini devo, we left off at verse 16 of Ephesians 6. We were talking about the armor of God / the armor of the Christian. Now, we were talking about faith, how Paul used the imagery of a shield to talk about faith. And he starts that verse. This is the fourth piece, by the way, the fourth piece or the fourth part on this armor of God / the armor of the Christian. And this is the only piece or part that he introduces by saying, above all. That's how he eases himself into this part on this armor. And he says, above all, taking the shield of faith with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one. And what is our shield as Christians? Our faith. That's what he's saying. Your shield, my shield, is my faith. And he says, if you have that faith in Jesus, and because of Jesus, your faith acts or works like a shield in your life. What does it do? Well, it quenches, and it says, all the fiery darts of the wicked one. It doesn't say some of the fiery darts. It doesn't say most of the fiery darts. It doesn't say about half of them. It says all of the fiery darts of the enemy. That's what our faith does. When the enemy shoots at you, he may try to mess with you, and he will attack you, by the way. He will attack you. He will take a lot of shots, a lot of cheap shots. You will be able to quench those fiery darts. Paul calls these not just darts, but fiery darts. They don't just pierce through, but they burn. Or he never said that if you have faith, that's it. The enemy won't bother you. He said that if you got faith, you will be able to quench all the fiery darts. In other words, there's a lot of fiery darts coming at you. You best have a shield. You best have your faith at its best. Now, the Word of God mentions the word faith, at least the NKJV does, 245 times at least. The two books that mention faith the most is the book of Romans and also the letter to the Hebrews. Now, one last thing I want to mention, Jesus himself. Luke 18, verse 8, he says something really interesting. In the context of the end time, this parable is called the parable of the persistent widow. A widow that never gave up. There was this judge in the city. He was a wicked one. He had no regard, no respect for God or people. But this widow, she wanted to get some justice, and she kept coming again and again and again. And this judge said to himself, you know what? If I don't do something to help her out, man, she's going to wear me out. And he acknowledged, even though I don't respect God, I don't honor God or have any regard for God or man, I will help her because she's going to wear me out. So he did that. And then Jesus ends by saying, if this wicked judge did that, how much more so can God do for you when you don't give up? Because the point of this parable, as he introduced it, was never giving up in prayer. Look at the way he closes. He puts a cap on that passage, on that parable. Well, Jesus asked, when the Son of Man comes, will he really find faith on earth? Talking about faith, all things faith, the shield, right? In the end time, there's going to be a pandemic. A major pandemic. This is going to be among Christians. This is not for the people out there. This is among Christians, because you would not expect the people out there, the people who are not waiting for Christ, the people who do not believe and follow Christ, to have faith. Is it possible? Is it possible that your faith, your shield, can look better? Is it possible that you can do much better with your shield, with your faith? How about that? I hope you're keeping up your shield, your faith. Yes, all things faith. Don't ever give up. One of those things that keeps your faith strong, like in this story / parable Jesus described, is prayer. Never give up in prayer. Don't ever give up.